What if the dumbest people in a room aren't the ones who admit they're wrong, but the ones who claim they're experts on topics they've never studied? It's a provocative thought, isn't it? Our journey into self-awareness begins by exploring how our minds often trick us. Consider the Lake Wobegon effect, where a staggering 70% of people rate themselves above average in various skills. How is that even possible? This phenomenon reveals how deeply self-assessment can be skewed by our own confirmation biases, making us believe we're more capable than we truly are. A compelling 2018 Harvard study among medical residents, despite years of rigorous training, found that 40% still overestimated their diagnostic abilities, while top performers, surprisingly, often underestimated theirs. This creates a critical disconnect. Have you ever noticed how experts, burdened by the curse of knowledge, sometimes struggle to explain complex ideas to beginners simply because they can't remember what it's like not to know? This isn't just a communication issue, it's a profound feedback loop of unacknowledged ignorance. Why do the most arrogant people often turn out to be the least competent, but the most confident? It's a riddle that cuts to the core of human nature, isn't it? Here are 3 counterintuitive findings that might just flip your understanding. Firstly, while the Dunning-Kruger effect does indeed shrink with expertise, it remarkably never fully disappears. Even PhDs in their highly specialized fields can misjudge their ability to convey complex concepts to a general audience, demonstrating a persistent blind spot. Secondly, overconfidence might actually be a survival trait. Evolutionary psychology suggests that in ancestral times, humans who overestimated their hunting skills or bravery were more likely to take necessary risks, sometimes leading to successful outcomes and survival. Think about it. Could a touch of irrational self-assurance have been a primitive advantage? And here's the kicker. Feedback doesn't always fix the gap. A 2020 study revealed that when individuals received critical feedback, many actually doubled down on their overconfidence, misinterpreting constructive criticism as a personal attack. But the really interesting part is coming up, where we'll explore real-life examples of people who managed to break free from this cognitive trap. What happens when someone realizes they've been living in a cognitive bubble of self-deception? These are the stories that truly inspire transformation. Take the tech CEO who, despite leading a successful company, failed a surprisingly basic coding test during a hiring round. This humbling experience wasn't a setback. It triggered a 180-degree shift in their leadership style, fostering a culture of continuous learning and genuine inquiry. Then there's the teacher who conducted a blind grading experiment, anonymizing student papers. What she found was startling. 70% of learners had drastically overestimated their understanding of the topic. This wasn't about grading. It was about revealing a crucial perception gap and empowering students to truly assess their learning. And consider the musician who, after quitting a prestigious conservatory upon realizing his peers possessed 3 times his skill, rebuilt his entire career through profound humility and dedicated mentorship. These aren't just anecdotes. They're powerful lessons in the art of self-assessment and the courage it takes to confront your own unknown unknowns. What if you could hack your brain's overconfidence in just 5 minutes? It sounds too good to be true, but these practical exercises are designed to do just that, offering immediate insights. First, try the mirror test. List 5 skills you genuinely believe you excel at. Now, ask a trusted friend, a colleague, or even an AI to rate your competence on each skill on a scale of 1 to 10. Compare their ratings to yours. The discrepancies can be incredibly illuminating, forcing you to see yourself through a different lens. Second, there's the reverse teach challenge. Pick a topic you feel very confident about and try to explain it in simple terms to a child. If you find yourself struggling, resorting to jargon, or losing their attention, you're likely overestimating the depth of your understanding. True mastery is the ability to simplify. Finally, for 1 week, keep an unknown unknowns log. Each day, write down 3 things you assumed were true, but later discovered were incorrect. This simple practice builds awareness of your blind spots. But wait, there is more. We're about to dive into how these cognitive illusions impact not just our personal lives, but entire economies and even our own brain. What if the stock market shifts of 2008 were, in part, caused by a massive Dunning-Kruger effect? It's a bold question, but now let us look at this from a completely different angle, extending beyond individual psychology. From a neuroscience perspective, studies show that the dorsal medial prefrontal cortex, the brain region involved in self-evaluation, becomes hyperactive in overconfident individuals. This creates what scientists call a self-delusion loop, where the brain actively reinforces our misguided self-perception. In the realm of economics, we see the winner's curse in auctions, where bidders often overestimate their ability to judge an item's true value, leading to irrationally high bids and significant losses. And then, there's the evolutionary twist. In ancestral times, overestimating your abilities might have meant taking necessary risks, like hunting alone, which could sometimes lead to success. But today, this same instinct can lead to detrimental outcomes like poor investments, ineffective leadership, and strained personal relationships. The stakes are higher than ever, pushing us to ask, what happens when this effect amplifies in groups? What if the most dangerous people aren't the ignorant ones, but the ones who think they're smarter than everyone else? This is where the Dunning-Kruger effect takes a darker, more surprising turn, revealing its profound societal impact. First, prepare for this mind-blown moment. The Dunning-Kruger effect actually worsens in groups. A striking 2023 study found that people collaborating in groups overestimated their collective competence by a staggering 40% compared to individuals working alone. This isn't just about individual ego, it's about collective delusion, where shared overconfidence can lead to catastrophic decisions. Did you know this? And second, in an age of rapidly advancing technology, the effect infects AI. Chatbots, trained on biased or incomplete data, can often give overconfident yet incorrect answers, chillingly mimicking human overestimation. This raises critical questions about the future of information and decision-making. We're not just fighting human ignorance, we're confronting its digital reflection. But wait, there is more, as we'll explore surprising metaphors that will reshape how you perceive this phenomenon entirely. What if your brain is like a map with vast, unexplored territories you mistakenly believe are fully charted? Sometimes the best way to understand a complex psychological phenomenon is through a fresh lens, through powerful metaphors. Imagine your self-perception as a foggy mirror. You might see a reflection, but crucial details are obscured by a haze of assumption and bias, making it hard to truly know your own image. Or consider the echo chamber effect. Surrounding yourself only with people who agree with you creates an environment where your flawed beliefs are constantly reinforced, preventing any outside perspective from challenging your overconfidence. It's like being in a room where every voice simply repeats your own. And then there's the invisible mountain. You're standing at the base, convinced you can climb it easily because you can't even see the treacherous slopes, the hidden crevasses, or the sheer scale of the challenge that lies beyond your immediate view. These metaphors aren't just poetic, they are practical tools, helping us visualize the invisible walls of our cognitive biases and encouraging us to seek clearer reflections, diverse voices, and a broader perspective on the peaks we aim to conquer. We've journeyed through hidden labs, paradoxical findings, and even explored how the Dunning-Kruger effect permeates our economies and brains. So, where do we go from here? The art of true self-assessment isn't about diminishing your confidence. It's about building a foundation of genuine competence and humility. It's about recognizing that the truest experts are often the ones who understand how much they still don't know, who remain curious, and who are always open to learning. This journey isn't just about avoiding pitfalls, it's about unlocking your full potential by fostering a growth mindset. When you actively seek out diverse perspectives, welcome constructive feedback, and continuously challenge your own assumptions, you transform potential blind spots into powerful learning opportunities. It takes courage to admit you might be wrong, but that courage is the cornerstone of true wisdom and sustainable growth. What do you think? How has the Dunning-Kruger effect shown up in your life or in the world around you? Share your insights and experiences in the comments below. Your journey of self-discovery is just beginning.